I'm sure you've heard of the old saying, when you assume, you make an ass out of both you and me. It's an oldie but a goodie, and it's certainly extremely accurate. It's never been a good idea to assume anything in life because there's nothing that is guaranteed. You only set yourself up for a rude awakening 9 times out of 10. So don't make an ass out of yourself, especially when you're dating a man. It's important not to just assume you're an exclusive couple. When you assume, that's the quick road to heartbreak if your guy doesn't feel the same way. Dating someone new can be a great time. It's very giddy, and you both can kind of get caught up into the romance and the physical attraction. And the first dates and the first episodes of a relationship are so much fun. But you have to understand that both men and women are wired differently, and men can be a little bit slower to commit than women, especially when it comes down to making a commitment to have an exclusive relationship. And this happens for a variety of reasons. There are a few things that you could do to trigger that turning point and to look for the signs and hopefully be able to take, that traffic light that we discussed in Girl Gets Ring from maybe yellow to green. So what can you do? How do you know if you are in an exclusive relationship? You have to ask yourself, is your man the exclusive type? Really, sit and think about it. He could be giving you all the signs in the world that he's not ready to be exclusive, and you could be missing them altogether. It's human nature to see only the things that we want to see, especially in the beginning of a great relationship. And we have to admit, we've all been victims of relationship blindness. And sometimes it's kind of fun. But when we're in that relationship and everything feels amazing and everything feels great and we both feel like we're one with each other and that marriage is somewhere in the future, we need to take time to breathe and clarify where we stand with our relationship. And we need to be sure that our lover or partner wants the same things that we want just as badly as we want them. There is absolutely nothing worse than skipping the exclusive talk and just relying on your man's signals and getting them totally wrong. Maybe his signals were mixed. Maybe he's confused. And relying on those signals and then reading them inaccurately only makes you feel like you were bamboozled or led on. Or even worse, that was his intentions to kind of play you out and use you as a fling. And this creates bad blood. And there's nothing worse, of course, than being scorned. And so your feelings are hurt, and it kind of ruins a relationship that really could have turned into a great friendship if there was no marriage, if there was no marriage that was ever going to take place. So do you really want to be exclusive? You have to initiate the talk. It's important to do it. Don't skip it. Talking about where you stand in a relationship can be scary and feel very uncomfortable, but think about how uncomfortable it will feel if you assume that you're both exclusive and then you call him one day and to hang out and he's busy with another woman. Or maybe show up at his house thinking it's cool and that it's just you and he's entertaining someone else. That will feel even more awkward, not to mention painful. So take stock of where you both stand, and if the signals aren't enough, then clarify it with words. Clarify it with a great conversation. And choose a good time to talk and ask him. So if you're tongue-tied and you kind of don't know where to start, here's a couple of tips on how to become exclusive in your relationship. Ask him how he feels about you. Ask him if he's dating anyone else. Ask him if he's ready to be exclusive. Or maybe keep it low-key and just ask him what he tells his friends about you. What he tells his friends about you can speak volumes as to how he really feels about you. When a man is telling all his friends how awesome you are, how he wants to spend all of his time with you, and how you're pretty much the best thing since sliced bread, he's probably not interested in other women. Or you can crack a joke and take some pressure off. Crack a joke and ask him how many numbers he's got at the bar when he was hanging out with his buddies the other night, or how many girlfriends are on his roster. His response to your jokes can tell you a great deal about where you stand. And also, it's an easy conversation starter that can transition into the off-limits exclusive relationship conversation. How do you know when to bring up being exclusive? Knowing when is probably the easiest part of the equation. When you know you can call your guy up at any time of the day or night and he'll be happy to hear from you, you'll know it's a good time to bring up being exclusive. You'll know when both of you can just call each other when you're thinking about one another, or you're calling each other to say good night at the end of the day. You'll know when you can talk about meeting the parents, or even better yet, when you meet the parents. There are exclusive dating signs that if you look for them, that kind of give you clues as to where you're going and where you're heading. While you never want to assume you are reading all those signs correctly, if you're definitely seeing them, it's time to validate them or negate them with being honest and just asking. The worst thing that can happen is that he's not ready to be exclusive. Then the ball is in your court to either decide to wait and see what happens or move on to a man that is ready to commit to you and make you number one in his life. You really don't deserve. So if you're dating someone who may have a hard time being exclusive or secretly seeing somebody else, sound off at Get Him to Put a Ring on It on Facebook.com. Also, don't forget to join the Million Marriage Mission at ring.alternativevibrations.com. This is Lady Single, looking forward to seeing you on the other side. Goodbye.